Yes, hello, welcome back to another video from Smarlax Music Productions. It's been frustration after frustration after frustration, guys. I just did a video 45 minutes long, but the computer shut down, brought up the same Chinese script that I've been telling you guys about for a while now. I think that I really need a new computer. Alright, so the video that I just did and lost is a video showing you how to generate bassline, how to create your pattern and your bassline overall. Alright, I explain in detail and elaborate on a few other things, but I lost all of that because the computer just won't keep up. So I hope I have luck this time in completing this video. If you also haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit that button, subscribe button right away, and that notification bell. Alright, so you are notified with new contents. Alright, I'm just rushing through because any minute now this thing can just cut out. So let's get right ahead. I'm gonna play a bit of the beat. I mute the bass that I have in it and the mute guitar because I want us to just feel different bass lines and so forth. Alright, and not have one stuck in our head. So let's get right ahead. Alright, my baby girl is with me here in studio, so I hope she don't disturb us too much, but don't mind her. Alright, let's go. Alright, so that's basically it. That's the progression is a 2-chord progression, and that's what we have throughout the whole song. So let's just go and let me show you now. First, we have to find the progression of the song, and the song is in G minor and to F major. Alright, so that's those 2 chords. Alright, so let's just go and see if we can start to generate a bass line. Alright, so we can start with just these 2 notes. Alright, and just vibe on those and even patternize those and get a bass line with those 2 notes. So let's just go ahead and see how we can do that. Intro, verse, Alright, so right away we start a bass line, we create a bass line right away from there. So let's just go from the verse because that's where the major bass line comes in. Alright, so we're just 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 and just hitting it just to create some movements on the bass line. Alright, so Now, a lot of people would ask me about the feel. How you guys they never get a bass line sounding like a Jamaican bass line, a real authentic feel. That's not true. Alright, that's just what some people think, but because I've heard some guys that who have never been to the island play some wicked bass line that just blow your mind, you know. And they sometimes would add some stuff to it. We from their cultural music or whatever, and it just nice, you know, and have a nice fusion and whatever, and they still play the nice authentic reggae bass line. All right, so it's something that you can learn, and I encourage you to learn it. For those of you who are not in that environment or in that culture, all right, so you can learn it. Just listen and have an idea which I'm giving you now, the ideas and the steps to create natural reggae bass line. All right, so once you have your progression, you start to create some movement. All right, feel. Let's go on about the feel now. If you want to create the feel is not hard. It's just the vibe, that delay, that skipping of the note, lessening what you're doing. All right, not doing so much. So I'm gonna play and give you an example. You can create the feel. You can double up more. You can cut out and so forth. Hey, you can sing in here. Yeah, and so right, let's go right ahead and try and get that feel. That's it. Alright, so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just playing around. I'm sustaining some. I'm delaying some. I'm cutting out some. And that's how you generate the feel. So it's all about these little things that generate and create the feel around the bass line. Alright, so it's nothing that we are eating or drinking. Or some would say smoking. Alright, so just about vibing with it and taking the necessary steps. I mean, it's, yeah, we are in a reggae environment, so we play and we explore and we do things. So it will come natural to us being there, but you can take the steps and listen and just generate the whole vibe. And once you have an idea that I'm giving you now, you know how to approach it, so you can generate that vibe and that style. All right, so that's just about it. All right, the sustain, the delay. All right, I have some musicians when I was learning to play music, and they would say, play a C. There are many ways to play a C. You have quarter note, you have whole, you have sustain, and whatever what. So it's how you play the note. Alright? A note is a note, but it's how you play the note. Alright? So that's just the whole thing with this reggae bass line. It's how you play the the notes, where you put them and all of that. Alright? So let's move on to the next step now. So once you have your your progression, the relative note for each of these to create a pattern, like we will say they are cousins. These notes are cousins. The fifth, it's 1 2 3 4 5 in that minor scale there, and for the next note is the F with 1 2 3 4 5. Just the same. So this is the perfect fifth, they would say, I think, in the music theory. And then once you find that note, you can use it to create the bass line and more patterns. So once you have these two relative notes, you can start move adding you can start adding movements with two different notes instead of the one. So right there, you're excelling on top of what you already have. So let's just play a bit and try again. Alright, so you hear it start to evolve into something else. Alright, so you have the bass, you start to get more notes in it, and it's giving a nicer sound and just sweeter. Alright, so you can use those two notes to create a whole bunch of bass line. Alright, so let's try something else again and see. That's a style, feel. Again. Right, and that's how you create different bass lines. And see why I'm skipping out and jotting there, and it just creating a nice authentic vibe and style of reggae feel. All right, so right there you start to create a nice bass feel. All right, for the reggae bass line. All right, so let's now add more notes and see what we can get. All right, and we are staying with the chord here. So these notes are notes within the chord itself. This and this one, that's what we were using. So let's add this guy now and this guy and see what we can get and from this. All right. All right, see, I'm starting to freak out now. Once we start having that, its computer can shut down anytime. Well, let's try our luck. All right, so my God, I'm scared, I'm on the tip. So let's see now. All right, so all right, she's starting to talk now, so she's just at it. All right, so that's how you will get and you add more notes, and you do the same thing. You can play around and get different bass line from these three notes. Let's try something else again. Right, that's another bass line right there, and that is how you get the bass line for what you're doing. Let me show you another way of getting stuff other bass lines from this thing as in an easy way how you can do. Like for example, you're out of ideas, what you can do, to get bass lines out of this one pattern. For example, you have this pattern. You can reverse it. So you play 1, 2, 3 here. You would play alright and reverse and get the bass line. Do the same and get another bass line. So for example, you play this for the chorus. Alright, and you get the gist of what I'm saying, right? So you can just patternize it and reverse it, and you get a different bass line for your chorus. Alright, and you can even make it a bit more busier by just doubling a note or so in it, and you get a different bass line right there. Alright, it's a roots. Roots has a lot of sustained notes. And it doesn't matter if it's a roots or what, but roots I notice have a lot of sustained notes in it. Alright, because it's a slower tempo and we sustain some of those notes and pull off and you get a nice vibe. So you can sustain some notes in your bass line as well to get a nice vibe. Alright, and that's adding more notes right there. And not really adding more notes, but playing on the octave. So that can give you a bit more diversity and arrangement by playing higher to low. Alright, so let's just now add some random notes and see what we can get from the bass line itself, and not just the notes that are used to form the chords. Alright, so let's just try and see. So you realize I'm adding the fourth now. I'm adding the fourth in it now, and we still have a bass line going. So it's not hard, it's just how you play it and what you want to hear. Alright, obviously if you play a wrong note, you should hear it. If it's patternized incorrectly, you'll hear it, so you can change it. Alright, so let's just go again and add these notes, some more, so these same notes, and try to play something different. Right, and that's how you would go about that and get different types of bass line. All right, so let's just try something now from high to low. That's another nice way of getting bass line. Something down there coming from in the high range up to the low or down to the low, however you want to say it. But let's just try again and see. Alright, see, we are using the same note. And we are getting a different bass line just by coming from up on the higher range. Alright, and make some big jumps. I rather the same jump. Alright, so and we get a different bass line right there again. Alright, so let's now talk about the last bar for the transition. For example, here you can sustain, you can walk, do a walk or a run, whatever you call it, and the last one turning over to the chorus. All right, so let's go from the 7 bar. That walk does make the transition nice, so we are not being repetitive and we're getting more arrangement. All right, so when you reach at the last bar, don't be afraid to do like the other genres of music and to do a turn around, right? All right, and walks and so forth. That's what they do on the bass player, bass instrument. All right, while keyboard player would probably add something that would soft note that or just make that transition feel like it's going into a bill or something that transition to a chorus or a verse or whatever. You know what I mean? All right, so that's how you would go ahead and do it. All right. Sustain, alright? And you sustain those notes and move them, and you have a nice transition there. Alright, so that's how you would go about it and create those little phrases. Alright? Alright, and realize that I'm playing now and not doing the pattern and the feel. Alright, I already showed you guys that, so I'm not really emphasizing it during the playing. But when you're recording your bass line and doing it, be sure to add the little feels and so forth to make it sound original and authentic. Alright, let's talk about intro now. Intro is a nice way to display something to make you sound good. Don't have to be too much. I don't think it should be too much, by the way. Intro, alright, the introduction should just be nice and just introduce the thing, a nice thing. So just introduce it properly, alright, instead of making it crowdy and then you go down to a verse. You want to keep it subtle but lively and so forth. Right, you can sustain and do what you want to do in it and make it sound intro like. Alright, so let's try an intro. See that? Alright, something different. Just feel the way I make the intro. Intro always nice, so just nice it up with something, you know, and make it nice. Right, and you see that entry? See that entry, how that entry works nice and just flow into the beat, and that's how you create intros. Just vibe on it and make it sound good, you know. So I think I'm gonna have to cut off at this point, right? Because I'm afraid this thing will cut out again. So I'm gonna cut off right now and just call it for this. All right, I'll try to emphasize more on bass in my future videos so you guys can see in depth what I'm doing when I'm creating this bass line and explain. All right, but you guys have to help me to get that new computer first. So hit that link below in the description and please contribute if you can to this new computer. I would really appreciate it, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, I'll just leave you with the bass line that I have and the mute guitar that I have right now. All right, so you guys can hear it out. All right, bless up again. Enough respect.